HIV remains a major public health challenge worldwide. Researchers wanted to see if giving cash-equivalent gift cards could boost health outcomes like viral suppression, which, by the way, dramatically lowers the risk of HIV transmission. Here's how it worked. HIV-positive patients who showed up for their health checks and had their virus well controlled received up to $70 every 3 months. Sounds straightforward, right? But did it work? Well, the results were a bit of a mixed bag. The study revealed that these financial incentives did not increase initial linkage to care, but they did lead to a higher rate of viral suppression among patients who were already in care. Interestingly, the proportion of patients with suppressed viral loads was nearly 4% higher at sites offering incentives compared to those that didn't. This suggests that financial incentives might be a viable strategy to encourage patients to adhere to treatment regimens. But it's not all about the numbers. The continuity of care also improved significantly at the incentive sites by over 8%. This means that patients were not only coming in for checkups and treatments, but were doing so consistently. Could this be the key to improving treatment adherence in other chronic conditions as well? Financial incentives aren't a one-size-fits-all solution. Every study like this brings us closer to understanding what works and what doesn't. Imagine you are managing a daycare center. You have a clear policy that children should be picked up by 4 p.m. Yet, parents often arrive late, leaving children anxious and a teacher waiting. A pair of economists offered a solution: fine the tardy parents. Why should the center care for these kids for free? The economists decided to test their solution by conducting a study at 10 daycare centers in Haifa, Israel, over 20 weeks. Initially, they observed the average late pickups. In the 5th week, they introduced a fine. Parents arriving more than 10 minutes late would be fined $3 per child per incident. Surprisingly, the number of late pickups increased significantly after the fine was introduced, more than doubling the original average. The incentive clearly backfired. Incentives can be powerful. From a young age, we respond to both positive and negative incentives. For example, burning your finger on a hot stove or receiving a new bike for good grades. However, not all incentives arise organically. They often need to be creatively designed by someone like an economist, a politician, or a parent. Incentives come in 3 basic types: economic, social, and moral. Often, a single incentive scheme will incorporate all 3. For instance, anti-smoking campaigns use economic incentives like taxes, social incentives like bans in public places, and moral incentives by highlighting unethical behaviors associated with smoking. The daycare center's experiment showed that a small economic incentive replaced a moral one, allowing parents to buy off their guilt for being late. Even after removing the fine, the behavior did not change, illustrating the complex and sometimes unpredictable nature of incentives.